Hi everyone, it's Jillian, and today I want to talk about how I got into art and why I stay. It's a little bit more of a serious topic and kind of a personal one. I'm gonna try to be as upbeat and stuff as I possibly can be, but just as a trigger warning, I will be talking a little bit about my disability, or rather disabilities, and some bullying that I experienced as a child and stuff. So if you're not wanting to listen to that sort of thing, I would recommend one of my other videos. Anyway, I hope you at least enjoy the fan art of Shield Hero. And now that that's the probably like at least some people left, I will continue with my story. Okay. For those who do not know, I do have learning disabilities. I can't spell too well. I can't remember sequences in terms of like numbers and such. Sometimes I have trouble finding words, and like I have a slight speech impediment. I don't know if y'all have picked that up yet. I more or less gotten over it, but every now and again I'll stumble across a word I have to like think about to how to pronounce it, I guess. Like today I had trouble with the word conspiracy. And I'm like, why? Like, I could not say it for the life of me for like 2 or 3 minutes. And it happens more often when I'm like frustrated or nervous or hungry. I don't know why. It's just something odd that happens, I guess. Maybe where not all of my brain functioning is being put towards speaking, I guess. Anyway, as a younger child, about 7, I guess, is when we really realized it was bad. My teachers were talking about what it could be. They sent me to like a therapist type thing, to try and diagnose me. And the children, my classmates, were quite vicious about it, calling me stupid, the R word, which at that point in time, I grew up in the 90s, it wasn't really seen as really a bad word until later. They had songs about me and rhymes that made fun of me. You know the old story about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer never getting to play any reindeer games? Well, that was basically me. I'm more or less kept to myself. I really didn't have too many friends in elementary school. I had a handful, but not what, like, I would have 1 or 2 close friends per grade, and that's about it. And every now and again, like, it got better in the 5th grade, but really I usually only had 1 or 2 really close friends in elementary school. And like, people didn't want to make friends with me because the popular kids would make fun of me. And then if they saw someone else getting close to me, they would make fun of them too. The bullying became so bad that I didn't want to go to school a lot of days. It was so bad that I started to believe I couldn't do anything. And I was searching for something that I could do. And I sort of started drawing as a coping mechanism for when I couldn't spell a word. So if I had to do notes and I had to, like, write about how Pocahontas helped John Smith or whatever, and talking about whatever history thing was we were learning about, or science, I would draw it out, even if it was a quick doodle. And I could usually interpret my own doodles and notes. So that's sort of how it started, as a coping mechanism. And like, I really didn't think about it as a creative outlet at that point. Later, when I was in middle school, I had transferred districts because the district that I was geared for was further away than the one I ended up being in. And so I went with a totally different group of kids than what I went to elementary school, which, thank the good Lord. And I only had one or two people making fun of me in middle school, but it wasn't too bad. And they weren't really necessarily making fun of me for my learning disabilities. It was a guy, and I think he thought I was cute, and you know how boys are at that age. And like, he was just giving me a hard time because he wanted to give me a hard time. And it wasn't really that bad. It was just light teasing. I made like a few small drawings, and I started watching anime when I was about 12. And I met one of my very best friends, who I'm still best friends with. I'm gonna call her Claire. That is not her real name. And like, we talked about Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z, and like, I was actually starting to learn to read and stuff more, like during 6th grade, to just tell you how bad my learning disability is or was, because I've overcome quite a bit of it. During 6th grade, my reading level was at a 2nd grade reading level. Yeah. And like, I started doing this computer program that helped me so much. I cannot remember that name of that program. My aunt introduced me to Harry Potter, and that got me to read. Love it or hate it, J.K. Rowling, I have to thank for opening up my world in terms of enjoying reading. And no one can take that away from her. And like, I don't like some of her policies or her viewpoints or whatever, but I will always love Harry Potter because of that. Anyway, my friend and I, we would do drawing parties, and my drawing sucked in comparison to hers. Like, I think if you scour the depths of my YouTube channel, you'll find a video where I'm making fun of my old art. There's some I think I was in 7th grade. 7th grade art in there towards the bottom of that pile that I go through. And Sailor Moon's hands, they looked like claw hands, I guess. Or they were itty bitty doll hands. I'm like, no, girl, no. And like at that point, Claire was really into drawing, and her drawings were amazing. Like, I wish she would draw again. And she does sometimes, but she doesn't do it as often. But, she got me sort of into it, but I really didn't take it seriously per se. At some point when I was about 13, like the next year, I started drawing like a fan fiction-y type comic for Dragon Ball Z. It was horrible and terrible. I still have it. If I get enough likes or whatever on this video, let's say 500. Even though I'll never get there because I only have like 25 subscribers. Please subscribe to me. Tell your friends. Anyway, if I get to 500 likes, I will read out loud in a dramatic fashion some of this like awful Dragon Ball Z comic if y'all want me to. Anyway, and I sort of started practicing that way. When I was about 14, I decided that I really wanted to become a comic book artist, or at least a comic strip artist, and I took it very seriously. Like, I started having art goals, and I wanted to take all the art classes. I wanted to be good at something, and I decided that was what I was going to be good at. And like when I was 14, I wanted to maybe work for Disney at some point as a character designer. Like, I don't know why I thought I was good at character design at this point in my life, but I decided I was like the best character designer ever. I'm gonna give you all a hint. I was not. I'm still not. But I was starting to take it a little bit more seriously. As I grew up and got into college and stuff, I would still draw, still take art classes. I found that I really enjoyed it, and that it gave me like a place to just have a calm mind and heart and sort of be still for a moment, I guess. And it sort of gave me the confidence of, okay, so I might not be the best at spelling, but I can maybe at least put a finished piece together and it look nice. And it's not like I didn't make good grades and stuff. I made really good grades. It's just art was like my safe place, my safe zone where I could do whatever I wanted to do and be whatever I wanted to be. And I don't know if that makes any sense, but at some point I did take a break from drawing, and then I missed it. And when I got into my 20s, I decided to take it a little bit more seriously again. And then I decided to take a break again, and for not as long, and got back into it. And about 2 years ago, I got a tablet, and I decided to try my hand at digital, and I've been drawing for every day almost for 2 years now. And I stay now because I enjoy it, because I take refuge in it, and because I feel like even though I'm not the best, even though I'm not ever going to become a comic book artist who has like 1,012,000,000 people working under me or whatever, or a character designer for Disney, I can still enjoy it. I can still share it, and maybe someday it'll become a little bit bigger than that, but other than just in my own little corner of the internet. But for now, I'm happy here, and I hope to continue to do such, and hope to continue to improve and to take refuge in my own little corner. And I hope y'all continue to enjoy and continue to join me in my own little corner. And all are welcome here in this corner of the internet. And share your stories about why you got into art, how you got into art, maybe why you stay. And remember to like and share this, and I hope you all have a good one. Bye.